Good morning again. Zacchaeus, come down, hurry, because today I must stay in your house. In today's text, Jesus is walking through the city of Jericho, having turned his face resolutely towards Jerusalem. And as he's coming through the city, he happens to look up to a sycamore tree. And there in one of the branches is a short, wealthy leader of the tax collectors, a fellow called Zacchaeus. And when Jesus sees him, he stops. Jesus, surrounded by a large crowd, he stops and he says, "Zacchaeus, come down, because today I must stay in your house." And Zacchaeus comes down and joyfully greets Jesus. And so, obviously, leads him to his house. But the crowds start to murmur a little and complain. Jesus has gone into the house of a sinner. Zacchaeus hears this, so he turns to Jesus and says, "Sir, I will give half my property to the poor. And if I have cheated anyone, I will repay them 4 times. And Jesus responds, "Today salvation has come to this house. For this man is a son of Abraham. And the Son of Man has come to seek out and save those who are lost." It's the last stop on Jesus' journey to Jerusalem. From here it's uphill and to the city and all that includes or has in the last week of his life. And there are 3 points that I just want to make from this incident of Jesus meeting Zacchaeus. The first is, if we make any effort to see, to meet, to listen to know about Jesus, the response will be abundant. If you look at the text, Zacchaeus, simply out of curiosity, he'd gone down to where the crowd was following Jesus and he couldn't see because he was a little fella. So he runs on ahead and climbs a sycamore tree. Now, why a sycamore, I can't tell you. That they say explicitly a sycamore tree. And when Jesus gets there and he sees this little curious, wealthy tax collector looking from the tree down at him, his response is abundant. He doesn't just say, "Hi, Zach." No, he says, "Come down, hurry, because today I must stay in your house." And a house can often be significant of the person himself. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to listen or to meet or what have you Jesus, because his response will be abundant. He won't enslave you. He won't capture you. He will set you free. And the second one is, we used to have in fact we probably still have, I suppose, in our church, a tradition that before you can meet God or meet Jesus, you have to have a preparation. You have to be adequately prepared. What we used to call remote preparation. And we still hear it sometimes, unfortunately, that you can't go to communion if you haven't already gone to confession. And yet if we look at the text here, Zacchaeus made no preparation for encountering Jesus. It was Jesus who took the initiative. And it was in the meeting with Jesus that Zacchaeus was transformed. Obviously, When they got to the house, there must have been conversation, there must have been talk, maybe there was a meal, who knows. But Zacchaeus was transformed in that meeting. He was freed from his avarice. And he was made aware of the people surrounding him who were poor. And he was maybe conscious that he had cheated, maybe. And so he was converted through the simple encounter meeting with Jesus. So don't be afraid to meet him. And how might we meet him? Well, an obvious one is in prayer. Yeah. Simple prayer. Just to be aware of Jesus. Or the other one is to be aware of the poor. What you do to one of these little ones, you do to me, said Jesus. He's present there also. And so it might be saying a prayer, or it might be visiting a sick person. Whatever, but Jesus is there, and his response will be abundant. And you don't need a remote preparation. And finally, Jesus also says in that text, salvation has come to this house. This man is the son of Abraham. And the Son of Man has come to seek out and save that which was lost. Salvation is Jesus. Salvation has come to this house. Jesus has come to this house. And he is salvation. So again, don't be afraid of him. Any little gesture of either listening maybe to a text or maybe greeting a poor person, you meet Jesus there and the response will be abundant. And it's that meeting that will set you free, as it does all of us. Okay? Now finally, today I want to ask you a favour. Because this Sunday is the feast of St. Columban, the patron of our missionary society. And so what I want to ask, would you please say a prayer for the Columbans, priests, seminarians, lay missionaries, co-workers, all who are doing our best to make known and make present the love of God, the unconditional love of God for all people. And secondly, if you'd also remember the people to whom we are sent, the people who receive us, who collaborate with us, who make our life in so many ways such a joy. In Pakistan, in Myanmar, in Fiji, in South America, Japan, Korea, Taiwan, the Philippines, and China. So please also remember them, because they make the mission possible. And finally, please don't forget those who pray for us, who encourage us, and who support us with their donations. Okay? So very happy Columban's Day to all of you. May the Lord bless you, and hopefully we'll catch you again next week. God bless.